Hello, this is CitizenVII. This is my response to the 7-day tutorial on dirty dubstep. So this is my song. I've entitled it Limitations. It's 4 minutes and 48 seconds long. And the actual song I have uploaded to my Soundcloud, which you can listen to there to make sure that you get full 320K audio, the best that you could get on the internet in an MP3, and actually hear how the song sounds instead of it being a low quality YouTube video. So I just wanted to point out a few things about the song. I basically followed the tutorial pretty closely when it comes to the basics of it, and then I made some changes. So I have my beat, basic beat, built on hi-hats, snare and kick, very simple. I ended up adding an extra snare that doesn't have echo on it, just to do a few snare fills. Everything fades in with the filters at the beginning. I used the block mechanism for the verse and have just extra filters and things laid over top. 3 different dirty basses and 1 sub bass. I ended up redoing the sub bass. I didn't like the way it sounded. It just didn't seem very full, very fat. So I redid the sub bass and ended up redrawing in new filter sweeps for all the sub bass, when before I had just tried to use the same filter sweeps as the dirty basses. So the basic song structure, you have the fade in, the melody at the beginning, and the first time here I have the basses come in with very low, keeping the filters mostly closed, not really letting a lot of that growl through. So it sounds something like this. And then I have another melody part, sort of a verse. Percussion drops out, and I have some of the pads come in. I have the progressive synth with the filter effect on that, and then the real drop, the bass really comes in. I go through that to another verse, and then I have kind of a weird bridge. I don't know exactly what I was thinking when I wrote it, but I decided to leave it in because it was interesting. But it's an extra bar long, so you end up with a 7-bar and an 8-bar for a total of 15-bar verse, which does throw things off a little bit, but that's just how I did it. I ended up keeping it that way. And then another melody part, but bringing in one of the dirty basses along with the melody part, and another drop in, and then a fade out at the end, dropping out some percussion, having some melody, and then a bass filter at the end. So I added another loop. Somehow this one didn't end up in a combinator, even though it is in a combinator. The track is not the combinator track. For the third beat, just wanted to get a little more variation in there. Have a siren. I have all my effects down here on the bottom, so I have some great Dirty Harry samples in there, and different reverses and things like that. So take a listen to the song, and I'm sort of happy with it. Pretty happy for the first dubstep track that I've ever put together, but I know that I have a long way to go and that I can do a lot better than this. So I'm looking forward to hearing your advice. Thanks again for the tutorial. It was great.